Hi, JD, and hello, folks. This is Connie Vanderpool of Samson, and I brought J.D.Teitelmann to you from First Savings Mortgage. He's one of my favorite lenders. And JD, tell us a little bit about yourself and your company.
My name's J.D.Teitelmann. I've been in the business now 13 years. I've had all different types of jobs, from processor to junior underwriter to closer to loan assistant. Now I'm a home mortgage loan officer. I live in Reston. As you can see, I'm a massive Washington Nationals fan.
Yay!
Love to travel. And I work for a company called First Savings Mortgage. And we are not a bank. We're not a mortgage broker. We are a mortgage lender, which means that we close all of our loans in our own name, and then we transfer servicing afterwards. And why does this benefit you? Is because we have a wide variety of products and places to place your mortgage so that you can get the right mortgage the first time versus having to come back and refinance.
That sounds great. So tell me, with this COVID-19 virus thing going around, how has that affected your business?
We are business as usual. We've been, as a company, been trying to go remote for the past couple of years. So this has just kind of accelerated it. And what we're seeing in the mortgage world is we're seeing a tightening of guidelines. This doesn't mean, there's been a lot of news out there that you need a 20% down payment and a 700 credit score to get a mortgage. That's not true. What we're starting to see is those maybe who have a credit score below 640 may have a harder time getting a mortgage if you have a low down payment. But DC Opens Doors, which is DC's first time home buyer program, Maryland Mortgage Program, which is Maryland's, VHDA are all still operating. We're still doing mortgages with 3% down and 5% down. So we're starting to see a little bit of a tightening of regulations, but nothing to the extreme that the media is making it out to be. One thing also to point out is, it is taking a little bit longer to do verifications of employment, but that's because people aren't working in the office. But I would not fear about getting a mortgage at this time because we're still lending as normal.
That sounds great. So what sets you apart from any other lender that's out there? Why should somebody use you?
Because I extreme belief that one of my jobs is education. And it's to educate those who are buying their house, one of the biggest purchases in their lifetime, about the process, their options, and about credit in general. Not every loan officer will take the time to work with people's credit or work with them to build their credit or come up with this plan to buy a house in 1, 2, or 3 years from now. I'm not like that. I want to help you get into a home, be it if it's 6 months, 8 months, a year, 2 years. I have clients who are on 5-year plans. It all starts with a simple conversation with me, and from there we can start building a roadmap to home ownership, and the steps that need to be taken for you to get to become a homeowner.
I like to teach the process too. I tell my clients that's going to be my legacy one day. So I really like that aspect about how you work. So tell me, we've all been confined and you're restricted somehow or another. And if you're like me, I'm just anxious to get back out there. What have you been doing for fun? Or have you got any TV programs or anything you want to recommend for the people that are housebound?
So I've been reading a lot. If you have not read Buzzsaw, which is Jesse Dougherty's account of the Washington Nationals 2019 season, I highly recommend it. It's great. It's keeps the pace good. It will remind you of this great season that we had and going 1-0 each day. In terms of a TV show, I'm really addicted to this TV show on Netflix called Outer Banks. It's a modern day Goonies 10-episode show. These 4 kids are searching on the Outer Banks in North Carolina for this hidden gold from the 1600s, and the hijinks and the problems of being in your late teens in a vacation area. It's a great TV show. It's great speed, and it will kill a couple hours for you.
That's great. So is there anything else you'd like to tell people briefly about your service or fun or any advice during this time that we're going through right now?
Yeah, I think everyone this is the perfect opportunity to get prepared to buy a home. It may not be in the next 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, but a lot of times when people go to buy a home, what hurts their ability to buy a home is what happens in times of difficulty. They charge too much on their credit cards. They miss payments. They do not work with creditors to ask for forgiveness. So this is a perfect opportunity to have a conversation with a loan officer about getting prepared to buy a home and taking the steps right at this moment when you're home to do the small details to get on the path to home ownership.
That's great. Well, you can see why I wanted to interview JD. He's a great lender. He teaches. He's very thorough, and he can get you prepared for home ownership, which is extremely important. It helps to build your financial portfolio and gives you some stabilization. So I just thank you so much for stopping and letting me interview you during this time. And again, if you want JD's information, call me. This is Connie Vanderpool with Samson Properties, and I sell the most powerful city in the world. So get out.
Thanks, Connie, for the opportunity.
Oh, you're welcome. So everybody get out, make somebody else happy today, and stay healthy.